what hustle player that is. If you can get eyes on this player that's hanging, if you can switch to that camera maybe.
So we are back. I think
22 from
we had a little bit of an internet shortage. Apparently we don't pay our bills around here. That's a problem. Or is it a dial-up issue?
Yeah, I think it's, running 500 feet from the router problem.
Not a great idea, huh?
Well, we got a new outside line this year. I thought that would solve any problems because we didn't have problems with an interior line last year. But also, the humidity's rough. The connections have been really rough. So as soon as you get even a little bit of humidity on those connections, those wires are so thin that they just corrode.
Well, we are back, whether you like it or not. If you did or did not, I'm not sure what you could see at home, but Hustle just won that game. Big turnaround. Hustle, again, was losing that game. Am I correct?
Yes,
right?
you are
Hustle
correct.
Just won that? Yeah. So
20 seconds.
All right, we have Invasion on the red side of the field.
Oh, that is my broken clock moment, by the way. Again, a team up in bodies, winning the Battle of the Snake, yada, 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 loses the game on this layout. Something about this layout.
Chris Alt is out there, Chan.
Oh, good.
All right, we got same bunker from both teams, so I'll be able to mark that off in a second.
Armada makes a move up to the center, 50 brick.
Pissant takes a walk.
Armada has no snake presence at the moment.
Another Armada, two into Armada.
Oh,
so
they lost the middle.
5-on-2, I think.
Oy. Armada, I don't know if you would towel this.
They only have the Dorito.
Yeah, towel it.
I know Brian's upset, but he is the slowest walker of all time off the field.
Yeah.
So they weren't shooting at you, Brian. They were shooting at the Dorito player behind you.
But when you're walking a quarter mile an hour, you're lingering in firing lanes.
Yeah.
All right, big moment there was Armada did take that center brick. It looked like they had good position, and then he lost a gun battle with the Dorito. And that just let that Dorito go up and do whatever he wanted from that point. So
Hustle's up 2-0. Invasion is up 2-0. I'm going to put my mark on
right.
the board here. Teammates go to same bunker. Do you have that one as well?
No, I don't.
No.
Overshooting. Well, overshooting, I think we just agreed that that wasn't an overshooting incident.
No.
He's just walking too slow. Haven't seen no dirty hang yet, no red flags yet since we've been playing. 3-kill game. Had we started playing bingo yet when Josh got that 3-kill game for the Knights?
No. But definitely watch whoever gets into the snake box. They
Yeah.
usually can get 3 kills pretty easily if they get in there unnoticed. So Hustle right now is on the blue side. Ruckus is on the red. Plenty of time, but Ruckus, they can't lose this point. They just gotta win this point.
Yeah.
Somehow dig deep.
Do the Ruckus jerseys have the exact same lettering style as another team here? I think I'm getting them confused with either Breach or Invasion. Very similar jerseys.
Yeah, the carbon jerseys all look kind of alike. And Invasion is black and red as well, so yes.
Okay. Hustle starting to spread the field and making a move up to what teams are calling the juice box in the middle, that little mini brick or micro brick.
This is lines right here.
Oh. All right, Hustle player in the snake takes the walk. That's unfortunate. Hustle does have the snake corner. He can transition up into that snake mini brick if he wants. And what he doesn't want to do is get stuck there, and I'm afraid he's about to get stuck there.
Ruckus doing a real good job following their players up right now. I like the movement.
Yeah. So at this point, Hustle's got to cross it up, hope for the best. I think they're in... Well, at least they have 3 players left alive. They have Juice Box in the middle, and they have both outside corners. I think we're seeing a bounce shot. Yeah, looks like the Hustle Dorito Tower player is trying to do a bounce shot into the snake, trying to drop him in on the snake player. I don't know how successful it is, to be really honest. Hustle player makes a transition from the snake corner up into that snake mini brick. I like that.
I don't know if they know where the hustle player is on the snake side.
No.
I think he's going to have an opportunity to just pop the top here and blast the Snake 50.
Yeah, you're right. If he popped or wrapped, he could get a bunch of kills. But he's fiddling with something.
Nice shot there from Spongeburg.
Oh, he's got a hopper problem. So that Snake player for Hustle's got a hopper problem. I'm seeing him hitting the side of his hopper. All right, Ruckus needs to figure out a way to close this. Oh, he's making a run. Hustle player making a run. Does he do it clean? Oh, another hopper problem. This has got to be frustrating for the Ruckus player. He's got his hopper's not working. He had a clean shot on that Hustle player. He couldn't get a ball out. Wow.
As much as it's going to hurt me, I think at this point, hopper problems to that extent constitute gun down.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's going to hurt me, but I think that's the fairest thing.
Do I have a gun? I do have a gun down. So I'm going to work against my own ends here.
Okay.
I don't think these are hopper problems. I think these are paint that's swelling and
Yes.
causing jamming. If we want to be really technical about
Yes,
it,
I agree.
and I can't prove this without going down there and ripping their hopper off and looking for a swollen ball,
Nah.
but we were seeing that yesterday.
For sure. The
Which,
humidity is ridiculous. As soon as
Yeah.
you open the bag of paint, it's just sucking all the moisture in.
it's sultry. What do you call it? Sultry out here today? I'll admit I have a big admission to the reffing staff and the audience and related to that. So yesterday,
You didn't cheat, did you?
I cheated once, but hear me out.
Okay.
And I've gotten the ref's blessing on this one. I had a similar hopper problem. I was stuck behind home trying to get my gun to work. I was hitting the side of it. I was working the shark fin on my loader, and the gun finally went off, and I shot myself in the leg.
Oh,
And
that's okay.
I looked around, and I'm like, nah, I'm not counting that.
Yeah.
So I might have dove into a bunker and made sure it came off the leg. I admitted that to the ref staff, and they were like, yeah, don't worry about it.
All right, Armada's on the red side of the field. 1-1 with Invasion. Invasion's on the blue side of the field.
One, 9.5 minutes on the clock. Oh, that was a jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not going to get called for it, but yeah, I would say the Invasion player made a false start.
Well, let's see if Just Leia is going to get a free kill here in the center. Invasion player.
Unaware.
Yeah.
So that center brick does not have good vision in either Snake 1 or Snake 2. What he can see is the Snake 50, but he can't see the Snake 1 or Snake 2 very
We
well.
got a player arguing with the ref. We do. Yes, that's pointing.
You're right.
Arguing with the ref.
The ref pull? Yeah, okay. Now there's a flag coming. Jake Morrell calls a minor. Pulls 2 bodies from Armada. Yeah, that's an argument with the ref. I'm giving you that one.
Man, I don't think that. Man, that was so they threw a major on that one, huh?
No, I thought I saw a minor.
Oh.
Yellow laundry.
Okay. I was going to say the minor was a right call.
Yeah.
So another person just got shot from Armada while they're.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So it was not, the flag was not on any of the Snake action. Jake went in and checked the juice box in the center and threw a flag on that. I suspect it was a pack hit.
Okay.
And then he went and pulled the Dorito player for that penalty. So
All right, so you have gun down, or we're not gunning that?
I'm not going to count that. I don't
Okay.
think a hopper's a gun down. I should, but for my benefit. But
So I got to argue with the ref.
yeah, that's easy. Dirty hang, crash in a bunker. Anything else we've seen? Overslide, can't find buzzer. Oh, can't find buzzer. Not that we can argue whether that happened. So there was a game earlier with Armada. Who were they playing?
Yeah, Mikey Mace.
Yeah, Mikey Mace they were unaware that there was still a Snake player left alive for the other team. Mikey Mace wandered down to the buzzer and then stood there and didn't hit it. And unfortunately, his teammate started sauntering up the Snake side.
Yeah.
He got blown up. Then, who were they playing? I forget the opposing team. But the opponent finally figured out what was going on, turned around, got into a gunfight with Mike Mace, who was a foot from the box. He finally turned around and tried to hit the buzzer. And there was a little bit of controversy about whether he hit it first or not.
10 seconds.
Well, I think the bunker had come off one of the sandbags in the front, so it was leaning backwards.
He couldn't reach it.
Yeah.
All right, Hustle on my right, Ruckus on my left. Neither team takes the Snake on the run out. Hustle loses their Dorito side player. And there might be a flag or something. The ref's making an interesting motion.
Now, another Hustle comes off, so they're down to 3.
No, 3 players have, I'm sorry, you're right. 2 players have walked off, 3 alive.
So Hustle's in the center X box, the snake side can, and the snake side 1 on the outside. Ruckus is in the snake 2 inside, snake corner, home, Dorito tower, and the baby Dorito.
And Ruckus makes the transition out to that brick on the outside of the snake. Now it's really up to that backside can to try to hold him in check. And the Hustle player finally realizes that. He puts the stream on the outside of this brick.
This is that same Ruckus player that's playing it low, wrapping.
And the commentator cursed him right off the field.
Hey, they adjusted. They got a player out here on the snake.
Yep.
Said if you're going to play that really wide and open, we're going to snap you out, which they did. Good move by Hustle. I think that's Mal. All right, I need my Canadians. I know this is
this a translation issue?
Jeremy. It's a pronunciation.
Malay? Are we talking about number 13?
Yeah.
I'll call him Malay. He has a little bit of a French, Quebecois ring to it.
They were good to me yesterday when give me some phonetics.
Did they really? I think he clipped him on the outside of the goggles. So 2 Hustle players walk off. Katz walks off.
That leaves only 1 Hustle left in the X box in the center of the field.
And I think there's 2 alive for Ruckus. Unfortunately, they're both bunched up.
There's 3 of them. There's the home, Dorito Tower, and Baby Dorito.
Okay.
So it's 3 on 1 right now. Ruckus is making a big move over to the snake side.
Trying to spread
wow,
the field.
Nice move, actually.
Yeah, very good move. Okay, right now, that's my biggest brain play of the day. It wasn't a huge one, but it was a very good move by Rialt.
Yeah, that's Ethan. He was a finalist in the 1v1 for Hormesis this past week. So it's actually named Roe because I already know that he is also, I believe, Canadian in ethnicity, or is it? What are we talking about?
Are you calling Canadians a race?
I don't know.
Are you referring to Canadians as a race of people?
They're countrymen.
We're getting microaggressions out of our system here, folks.
So anyway, I was already informed how to pronounce his name. So
Chris McDonald poking in with a pronunciation. Maye on the Hustle player?
Thank you. You know that they could be telling us anything and we're just taking it for word?
We don't know.
Yeah. For all we know, that's French for like something bad.
That would be great if the viewers can get us to unintentionally swear on camera with some French. Please. I'm down with it. All right, so we have Invasion taking the field up against Armada. Anthony's desperately looking at his card to see if he can pull a win out.
I think this is all going to come in one.
Point reversal and dirty hang. I mean, absolutely, they could happen at the same time.
Yeah.
All right, Armada on my left. They need to get something going today. They're really struggling today. No.
I think that's Drew Kraft that was going for the snake, got eliminated.
Could not make it.
Anthony's in the stand-up cam snake side, but Invasion's in real good spot in the snake. I don't know if this is Kennedy. Normally would be.
Armada feels a little stuck. I'm not feeling movement out of them. They feel like they've just settled into their bunkers and they're okay staying there. Oh, and they just lost their snake side can. So Armada's really bunched up over on the Dorito side now. This is a chance for Invasion to drop low, crawl. They could go as far up the snake as they wanted to.
Armada's far up in the Doritos, though. They're in the D3, so maybe they can counter this a little bit.
All right. The Armada home player made a decision to transition from home into that backline Dorito, and I hate
nice
that.
shot. The Dorito 3 for Armada shoots out the secondary snake player here.
So the Armada home player should have spread out to the snake side. I hate that he just added to the bunching over on the Dorito side.
Yeah, he's going to have a hard time stopping the snake from where he's at, and Kennedy's probing already, looking for a couple kills here.
Well, Kennedy could go ahead and crawl as far up as he wanted. There's nothing stopping him.
Spicoli.
Now the Armada player tries to spread the field. He's asking for a check.
And I think he got bounced too.
Yeah. So he's in the snake side can. We should see bounces increase as the humidity starts making.
Oh, I've already seen at least 2 or 3 of them. Yesterday, at least 5 or 6 of them that. And when Sean Callahan was up here, he said, his guys were bouncing people, and they were getting bounced as well. So,
right
nice shot by Kennedy there.
Yeah, Kennedy takes out that Dorito side wedge. That takes out Clark.
Is Matty May still in the Dorito 3? I think it's a 4-on-2. Yes, he's still there. So it's 4-on-2 for Invasion.
He's in a tough spot.
I don't know if that's Austin. No, that's he's too short to be Austin, but he's probing to come in and take him down, which he does right there.
He does clean.
And he's eliminated. So Brian is the only one left for Armada. It's a 3-on-1 right now.
Yep.
He's eliminated. This is going to be Austin that's going to hit this, or Kennedy.
Steal the glory, Austin.
Hamill.
Get to the buzzer. Steal the glory. Not like towel, so no buzzer.
All right, so 3-1 Invasion over Armada with 6:16 left in that match. Let's see where we are time-wise here. So we are on the 9:45. So we're running about 10 or 15 behind. We did take another picture for Cam and a video. It came out great. I'm hoping that he's getting these things. Smiley Joe did a great job. Just want him to know that we're thinking about him. We got all these players out here take a nice photo.
Are we getting controversy here? Lisa Bursey chiming in on the comment thread with that it sounds like Ma-let.
Okay.
So but that's opposite. Somebody else told us that it sounded
Maye.
Maye.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll just ask Jeremy, I guess.
That takes all the fun out of it
I
if we
know,
get the
it does.
truth. All right, guys, so we got Hustle on my left, Ruckus on my right. So far, number 24, Rialt, or Rowe. Rowe is my leading contender for Big Brain Play of the Day.
He is a smart player.
Oh, looks like they one of the Ruckus players takes a walk and then gets a few extra, just as a thank you for playing.
Hustles into the snake, inside snake 1.
I don't like that. Move, keep going. Don't say it, snake 1. It's not super useful.
Bounced, another bounce.
Looks like we got 5 alive for Hustle, 4 for Ruckus.
For those at home that are hearing me say the paint's bouncy, like, I'm used to no bounces. That's how good the paint is. Oh, I guess that one didn't bounce then, because they're calling a major penalty.
Oh, no.
On Ruckus for that arm hit on the God bunker for Ruckus. So.
And they're going to go ahead and towel out of it. So if it's a major, it's either a wiping situation. Well, a wiping would be a gross major. Did he shoot somebody?
I don't know.
Yeah, I missed that. Okay.
Maybe the refs are saying because he looked at it, because he did look at it, and it didn't look like a lot was up here. Referees are having a conversation right now whether or not it was a justified major or not.
Well, I'll say this, not that it helps, but even if it was an incorrect call with a minor, there only would have been 1 player left alive.
Yeah, it wouldn't have changed it.
Hustle had, what, 4 or 5 players left alive? It wasn't going to change anything. So.
If anything, it might have helped them by making them towel quicker. You know what I mean? In the sense that
save some time.
Save some time. You're going to be down. Is this score going to be 3-2 Hustle when it's all said and done?
Once we settle out, yeah. So once we settle out the argument, we'll see what the score is, whether it's going to be 3-2 or not.
But it's only going to be a 1-point game is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Either way. So now you've got 129 left with a 1-point game. So the major might have actually helped them.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Well, they are still discussing it. Good news is today we have both Matt Jones and Jake Morrell out there on the field. Both very, very experienced, very good refs for us. They'll sort it out.
Yeah, Matt Jones is an NXL pro ref.
Yeah. I tell you what, when I was up in the booth at Philly on the pro field, I don't know who made the call, but I saw some split-second calls that I mean were truly pro-level ref calls. I know that sounds weird. We don't usually talk about the refs' performance levels, but dear God, some of the calls I saw were most refs wouldn't have the bravery to make the right call, and I was really impressed.
Yeah, just like anything else, they have a good teamwork over there. They've been reffing with each other for a while, and their game needs to be sharper.
You're right.
You know, they're going to be taken advantage of pretty quickly over there on that side of the field.
And they got all the media attention in the world watching what goes on out there. All right, Armada versus Invasion. Armada on my right, Invasion on the left. Armada really needs something to happen here.
Chan from Invasion comes right up.
So unfortunately, one of the Armada players takes a walk.
Looks like Willem Clark.
Yeah. Invasion taking advantage of it. They're right up into that snake 50 right off the bat.
Yeah, and Chan's going to realize pretty quickly that there's nobody on this side, and he's going to start really rapping.
Yep. So Armada has not been successful getting into this snake, period. And they haven't, well, early in the first game match, I did see them get a little bit, but overall, they haven't had the success they need to get into the snake, and they haven't had success, winning against the snake. So their coach needs to figure that out, how to do a better breakout.
Yeah, Chan's having hopper problems right now, or paint problems.
It's got to be the paint swelling. We're seeing a lot of it.
And for those listening, I always tell teams only take the paint that you're going to need for this particular match. Like, don't take advantage of the fact that we have a climate control reefer unit that not only does the temperature but the humidity.
Yeah.
Point approved.
So I'm gonna shout out one of the extremely few bright spots for Poops McGee yesterday.
Okay.
And that was we had 2 players left alive. We have Gabe Aguirre and we had Jamie Levine, both with their backs pinned up against the wall against, I don't remember who we were playing against, might have been Anarchy. And Gabe gets 4 kills. It's a 5-on-2. Jamie's hopper goes down. He's got swollen paint. He spent maybe 3 minutes trying to sort it out, gave up, started single-feeding paintballs into his breach.
Shot somebody out of the snake.
Shot the snake out. Yeah. Gabe kills 4 players to win the game. So I just have to give a shout-out to my teammates. For
sure.
But so we had the same problem with paint swelling yesterday. Happened to me, happened to my teammates. It's just in this kind of humidity, it's just causing havoc. That's why we need a dome. Anthony, when are you going to get us a dome?
Yeah. We need a dome.
We'll never have to worry about drone shots if we get a dome.
True. Just hang something from the ceiling.
Yeah, we'll hang a cameraman.
10 seconds.
We don't have to pay attention to safety standards. We can just rig them up there with anything we get from Home Depot. Save some money. Alex, do you volunteer to be hoisted up into the rafters? All right. My producer's willing to do it.
Both teams are in the snake.
That's a headshot. No, he's shot in the head. So the
well, that's a big one.
Yeah. Is that Ruckus? Yeah, Ruckus player in the snake. I'm fairly certain he's got a shot in the head. He checked it too. He felt it. But
there's a ref looking straight at his head.
Yeah, with hair it kind of gets mixed in, and it can look like spray, but that one wasn't spray. Look at Vinny move. One of our refs, Vinny, crossed the entire field to get over to the snake side can, pulls a body, throws a yellow.
Minor penalty.
Oregon makes a transition up into their snake. Oh, there's no time left.
Hey, this hustle player looked to the wrong side just at the wrong time. Jesus Christ.
Wow. Okay. Ruckus player attempts to make love to the home bunker.
I don't know if that's Paul, but that was
full head over heels. What if that's a technique to ditch hits? The home bunker's covered in paint. What if you just hump the bunker and just smudge it all?
That was not graceful. I'm hoping that we have that on camera for Paul so he can look at that later.
You know what that is, though? That is absolutely crashing the bunker.
Yeah, it is.
100%. Do either one of us have crashed the bunker?
I think I do.
Oh, yeah, crashing a bunker. Wow.
It was a slow crash, but it was just so awkward. It seemed a little sexual.
Like I said, I think you made love to the bunker.
Yeah, it was awkward.
Yeah. By fall, there's going to be little baby home bunkers they're going to have to raise together. It's going to be
It actually seemed like it was happening in slow motion, but not.
Not to him. To him,
I don't know.
It was all happening. Ed Pinnell says Paul always does that. So that's his signature move.
Hey, Ed, did it look as bad on TV as it did in real life? Because that one you're going to have for...
Ed, you need to clip that.
Yeah, you need to make a meme out of that.
Yeah, you got to meme that.
That's going to be in the Roast Me page by the end of the day.
I may not have permission to do this, but I am giving full legal permission for anybody that wants to use that footage. Yeah. Please immediately use that footage and do whatever you want with it.
Hey, but Paul got the point, to his credit.
Yeah.
He was smart enough to know that he needed to get the point.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it drew all the ref's attention away from the fact that his teammate probably had a hit on his head.
All right, we have Invasion on the red side. Armada on the blue. Armada can't lose this point or they will be mercied.
Yeah. All right. Armada loses one player, so they're down to 4. Got it. I think they're going to push the Dorito side. He's got itchy feet over there. He wants the transition. There he goes.
Invasion taking the walk. I think that's Dylan Boise maybe. Kennedy is again shooting out the home.
Yeah. One of these invasion players is wearing gloves with some kind of yellow symbol on it. That always bugs me. I tell my players, don't wear gloves with yellow logos on them. It's just going to have a ref on top of you the entire game.
4-on-3 right now.
My producer is checking his hair right now. I don't quite know what to make of that. He knows he's not on camera, but always looking good.
Alex does have good hair.
Excellent hair. Really good hair. Fast forward to our age. Let's see what you got left. All right. Well,
That's a good move right here by Armada.
yeah, they need something. There's 4 minutes on the clock. They're down 4-1. Dorito's under a lot of pressure from the snake side. Invasion snake side shooting crossfield into that D3. Unfortunately, the Armada player walks off snake side, so that leaves it as a 2. 2 players left alive for Armada.
That's a 5th bounce that we've seen.
His pack's going to get hit. Yep, there it goes. That's it. 1 Armada player left alive. He tries to move forward. I actually kind of like that.
Yeah, he's trying to make something happen. I think that's Matty Mace.
Yeah. Well, for a different reason. Here, philosophically, right? So I think when you're when you realize you're the last player alive and you're down numbers, you've got a window of a couple seconds to do something. Because after a couple seconds, the other team figures it out, and you are trapped and you're dead. So maybe getting up and running forward has a low probability of winning the game, but at least there's some probability. So
especially when you're that far up the field already.
Yeah. Yeah.
There can be some arguments made that if you're in a defensible bunker, then maybe
Sure.
you try to
Yep.
to lower the numbers and create a 1-on-2
Yep.
that you could possibly win.
If you're in that position, if you're in a defensible bunker, say back line, and you're on a 3-on-1 or something like that, my only advice is stay super, super active. Keep up, because what you're looking to do is catch one of their players in transition, meaning those players, there's a wolf pack mentality that tends to take over when you're up, say, let's just say 3-1, and players start getting looser about how they're attacking because they all want to be the guy that gets that last player. So if you're that 1-on-3, stay real active, keep moving your gun side to side. If you get a chance, wrap, look up the middle because there might be somebody coming to do you.
You might guess right, and some player gets a little over aggressive and plays on with a hit, and all of a sudden you have yourself in a 1-on-1, or maybe just you won the game just with a major penalty being called on somebody else. So, all right, so we have Hustle and Ruckus in a tie game.
For those that care at home, Anthony is currently in a commanding lead on the bingo side. He's got 3 boxes, I got 1. And he's better positioned to win it, so I'm in trouble already. If I lose bingo today, then I think I'm done for the season, right? I can't. Oh, we have the NEPL.
Yeah, no, I think we're all right.
I still have a chance. Wow, real aggressive. Ruckus is just throwing their bodies to the wind, which there's no. Oh, and Hustle does a counter move. That might. No, it wouldn't work.
Wow, that was interesting.
That was good. Yeah.
Both teams had an opportunity to potentially win it. They were all kind of gray area. Maybe a penalty could be called. Maybe I think they stopped just in time.
And
so it was good.
And both teams are shaking hands on the way off. I love that shit. All right. Oops. That stuff.
Great. FCC means. All right. Alex is giving us some.
So we are going to shut down the stream temporarily because we're going to fix the internet, supposedly.
We're going to power it up. We got a booster now, too, so we're going to be trying to power it up. So we're going to come off right now, guys. Thank you. We'll be right back for the next set.